There ain't no place like home. But what is home for you? Is it the place where you live now? Is it the place where you grew up? Is it your house, your family, the community you are part of? Is it your country? I want to tell you today what I learned about home. Grandson of a general in army, I am used to change cities every few years in Brazil. Having relatives from different states was an interesting experience for me. Different accents, different cultures, different habits. I lived in so many cities that when someone asks me what city I'm from in Brazil, I still have trouble to find out. So I just say Brasilia, the capital city, which everyone thinks is São Paulo, but that's okay. I wasn't born in either of these cities anyway, but I lived on them though. Um, Actually, I grew up in a small town in the heart of Brazil called Goiânia, and it was there was two seasons there, rain and dry, hot all the time. In that small town, I learned how to respect your family and my principles of putting others before yourself. And but still, I felt different there for not having the local accent and not being born there. Actually, it didn't feel like home. Moreover, I had to, during my entire childhood, I had to listen to my mother complaining about the disadvantages of that small town compared to big cities and say that I should leave to a better place as soon as I could to have a better chance in life. Uh, and I did. When I was 18, um, I moved again to another city to start college. And right after that, I joined the corporate world and I had to change cities a couple of times more. And I was never completely satisfied with the city I was living in or the place I was. It didn't feel like home. And the interesting thing about Brazil's history is that, and that explains a lot about the culture and the habits of the population overall. We were independent and we started a republic in 1889. And after that, there was a series of bad administration involved with corruption and scandals. And when I try to understand why the countries in Latin America, Brazil, and many other countries are so undeveloped and so unequal, it always falls to corruption and bad administration. And it seems like no one cares, it seems like people are always complaining about the government and always putting blame on others and never checking their own attitudes. When you ask people about politics, they said they don't want to get involved with politics. They say they delegate the authorities, the power to politicians, and that's the main cause of corruption, and all the bad consequences that we have there of poverty, bad education, safety, poor standard living. It's bad, and um, maybe because people don't feel they are home, it seems like we were thrown there, and it is the way it is. So generation after generation, people complain but don't take action, and it goes on and on. They don't take care of the streets; it's all polluted, trash everywhere, broken windows, homeless people that barely have something to wear. People don't even take care of the gardens. The gardens. Actually, when I arrived in the United States last year, the first thing that impressed me most were the gardens. I thought Brazil was a green country. We even have green in our flag. But when I saw the gardens here, I started to understand the difference. Everything looks so clean and so well maintained. Some streets even smell good because of the flowers, so colorful. People take care of their houses, people take care of the streets. It feels safe out there. You don't need to walk around with a constant fear of being robbed. There's a peaceful silence. It feels like home. However, to build a great place to call home, it takes a lot of effort, action, participation. Going back to my personal story, when I moved here, to start my studies at UCLA, I joined the University Cooperative Housing Association to get affordable rent in West LA. And UCHA, or co-op as we call it, is home for about 400 students from everywhere in the world. And we have to perform short shifts here weekly to be able to get the affordable rent. It is run by students and for students. Everything from kitchen to accounting office is managed by students. We are inspired by the principles of respect and equality. We have autonomy to give and implement ideas that can improve co-op overall at any time. For me, that felt like home. And understanding the consequences of not feeling home and not acting to preserve it, I dived into the co-op's activity, working hard to do my best to improve it for all the current members and the next members to come. Because I wanted people to have the same opportunity that I have to come here and live my dream. If it wasn't for co-op, I would be homeless or I would have to leave the United States. Initially, I felt there was so much to do and improve, and not everyone was willing to cooperate. People were always complaining about the administration, but no one was willing to take action. That sounded familiar. That motivated me to join the UCHA Board of Directors to discuss, approve, and implement proposals to improve co-op overall. After dedicating so many hours, we built a strong plan of action to navigate the crisis, starting by reducing the staff, being more productive with the member crews that took care of everything in co-op. We even started a garden crew. It felt like home again. Therefore, wherever you are, wherever you come from, and where you're going or whoever is with you, home is more than a place or people. It's your attitude towards it that makes it home. And there ain't no place like home.